Okay, the next thing that we're going to work on it relates to comparing because we're going to compare sets of numbers, but we're going to compare more than two numbers and we're going to order them. So there are two ways to order. You can either order least to greatest or you can order greatest to least. So you need to make sure that you're paying attention very closely to directions when you're doing this. Least to greatest, I'm looking for my smallest number. So the one with the least amount of place values, I can see that this one has 3 place values and this one has 3 place values. So I'm going to look at these two specifically, and I'm going to look in their hundreds place. I've got 100 and 400. So 148 is definitely my smallest number. I'm going to write it first, and I'm going to cross it out so that I know I used it. I don't get myself confused. And we always separate numbers with a little semicolon that looks like this because commas are in the numbers already. So we always want to separate them with a semicolon. So the next one is 480 because it was the only other one with 3 place values. I'm going to cross it out and put my semicolon. I'm looking at 4,800 and 84,000. This one has a thousands place, this one has a 10,000s place. So the one with a thousands place is definitely smaller. 4,800 is my smaller number. And then I'm going to put a semicolon. Again, I do that because there are commas in this number. And then my last number is 84,000. And I've ordered my numbers least to greatest. Now the second way to order numbers is from greatest to least. So we're going to look at these and we're going to try and find the biggest number. Let's see. This one has 3 numbers before the comma, 3 numbers before the comma, 2 numbers before the comma, 3 numbers before the comma. So I know this one's the smallest. If you like, you could just write the smallest over here because you know that's where the least is going to go. I'm actually still going to just find my biggest or try. So I'm looking at the 100,000s place. I've got a 7, a 2, and a 7. So I'm down to my 7s. So I'm going to go to my next place value, the 10,000s place. And I've got a 6 and a 5. And a 6 is bigger. So 765,111 is my biggest number. I'm going to split it with a semicolon. I'm going to cross it out to know that I'm done with it. 756,111 is my next biggest number, and I'm going to put a semicolon there. I've already determined that 99,990 is my smallest number, so that leaves this one as my next biggest. So I'm going to put 211,766 as my second to last number, and then my last number, my smallest number, is 99,990. Just make sure you get those copied down correctly. Try not to make any silly mistakes. So when we're ordering numbers, the most important part is to make sure that we read directions and we know whether we're doing least to greatest or greatest to least. And then from there, we just use our place values. And again, if you need a reminder of place values or how to read numbers, you can refer back to page 2, what should be page 2 in your notebook, and look at your place value sheet to help you kind of compare and order numbers.